Hey guys, GNT here, and today I'm going to be talking about Tsugumomo Episode 3. Now, I'm going to try to get this over with really quickly, because it's like 2 days late now. But with this episode, what we got to see was this goddess. I don't remember her name, because I have a hard time remembering names from anime, because I watch so many. That unless it's a main character, like literally the main character, I tend to forget names unless it's a very long running show and I've been watching all the episodes. But anyway, we've got bland side character 1, bland side character 2, horrible childhood friend, Kimono monster. Tits McGee monster. And creepy goddess. There you go. And our main character is Kazuya. I believe his name was Kazuya. I think it's Kazuya. I only think it's Kazuya because I'm thinking of Tekken. That's usually how these things go. I associate, names that I've heard before with other things so I don't forget them. Yeah, I think his name is Kazuya. Not Mishima, though. He'd be a lot cooler that way. But yeah, with this episode, it's mostly focused on the new character, Tits McGee. At least the first half of it. And it was really weird. Like, I was more entertained with the first half of the episode, too. Because it was so weird and stupid. Like, they did an arm wrestling match that was almost a freaking actual fight, except with one arm. It was like Trunks fighting Goten at the tournament. I'm gonna use one arm, except without the actual cheating of using another arm. But yeah, they sat there and had the little arm wrestling match on the roof, and goodness, that was so odd. And it was to decide whether Kazuya had to go either way, but whether Kimono Monster Girl was going to actually go with him or not. This was really stupid and weird, but his little weird friend with the glasses, the girl, the childhood friend, came with him. And I don't like her. I'm sorry, I really don't. She is not a nice character. I guess she's supposed to be that one character that's supposed to be comic relief through violence, but that character rarely works for me, and it's definitely not working with her. Like earlier in the episode, when bland side character number 1 bumped into the Tits McGee monster, he offered to buy food for her, which, first off, I immediately saw as a red flag. Whenever they try and offer someone food and they accept an anime, typically they order something entirely outside of your budget. And she ordered the whole menu and ate the whole menu. And it was like, yeah, well, guess those things on your chest had to come from somewhere, right? I mean, they couldn't just magically grow. I'm just assuming, seeing as I think she's like some type of monster. I'm guessing. I mean, it's not actually a guess. I think they stated it somewhere in this episode. I'm just not remembering well because characters don't really have too much depth in this show so far. So it's kind of hard to actually pay attention to most of them. But yeah, she basically ate everything. So later on, she came to the school looking for Kazuya. And bland side character number 1 was saying, I got in a lot of trouble over that. Either pay me back or let me fondle you. And she agreed to the fondling, and I was shocked. And I was as shocked as he was. You should have seen the face he made. I mean, I'm sure if you're here, you probably did see the face that he made when he turned his head. It was hilarious. And then he started running towards her, and you see the fan hit him in the back of the head. But if you pay close attention, her boobs jiggled. So, technically he touched them. Score for him. I mean, that's probably the closest he's ever gonna get. So, kudos to that guy. Probably the closest any character in this series will get. Kudos to that guy. Oh, man. But yeah, that childhood friend character apparently doesn't just ruin the main character stuff. She ruins it for everybody. You know what I mean? It'd be one thing if a chick that liked my buddy was ruining his chances of getting another girl so he'd end up with her. But if she starts coming into my life and ruining chances with me for other chicks, what the flip? It's not like you're trying to date me. Why stop me from having fun? That's when you gotta get uppercutted. I believe in uppercutting everyone that gets on your nerves. Once you've become a problem, a swift uppercut fixes everything. Just saying. Super blue, which is apparently not that powerful. Anyway, I haven't even gotten into the second half of the episode, and that's because the second half is dreadfully boring. Like, all the stuff I just talked about was the interesting stuff. Now we get to the boring stuff. And the second half was basically talking about how the guy, like, attracts these different monsters and calamities and stuff and blah, 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 that type of thing. Boring, dull stuff. Which, on a character like him, where he doesn't necessarily have a backbone as a character. He's not only bland, but he's soft. So when you tell a person like that, hey, you're causing problems for everyone, what do you think they're gonna do? Oh, well, I should do something about it, you know, so everyone doesn't feel bad or doesn't get hurt and stuff like that. You know, he's that type of character. And Kimono Monster Girl said, ignore it, let's go. Which I wouldn't have went in the first place. You literally would have had to drag my unconscious body there. Because I'm just not the guy who's gonna have someone bust in and be like, follow me. No matter how hot you are. You can't just bust in and say, follow me, and I'm gonna go. No. You're good on that. Make your way back from whence you came, and never come looking for me again. Also, I think Tits McGee was a Tengu. Now that I'm thinking about it, she had black wings. So either she's a Tengu, or she's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Which, I think those Yu-Gi-Oh cards are Tengus as well. So, anyway. They had a fight. It wasn't a very interesting fight. And it kind of ended on a cliffhanger. Which is another reason why I didn't really like the second half. But we're going to see what happens with the next episode. Well, this is my thing because I've watched a lot of anime with a lot of lame, soft, bland main characters. And what I'm assuming is, well, what I was assuming at first was Monster Kimono Girl was gonna get beaten. I think her name is Kukuri-hime. I don't know, I'm gonna keep calling her Monster Kimono Girl. Kimono Monster Girl, there we go. Anyway, I was assuming she was gonna lose the fight, and then he's gonna be like, you know, I'll do whatever you want, just don't hurt my friend, blah, 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 blah. Happens in almost every anime. Someone sacrificing themselves for their buddy. That happens all the time, and I just assumed it happened again. But she got up and said no, and then got attacked again, and cliffhanger. Cliffhanger. We'll see what happens next week on Dragon Ball Z. No, but seriously though, that's it for this episode. That's all that happened. And while I still find this slightly interesting, you know, just interesting enough to give it a good 2 more episodes, usually I go to 3, and if I'm not really into it at 3, I drop shows. But this one, I'll give it 2 more episodes. I'm gonna give it episode 4 to see exactly what happens, what's the outcome of this confrontation, and 5 just in case they do something in 4 that's gonna drag over to 5. But anyway, tell me what you guys thought about this episode. And you know, so far, who's your least favorite character? Because there's not a lot of people to like in this show yet. That's it for me. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, and have a great day.